Teacher,
Yeah.
refer to number 1. Back off being opposite.
U.S. backs off.
Back continue. Back
What?
off.
To step away. They were trying to make the choice. They were thinking about it. What should we do? Go this way or go that way? But what they did was they decided, because of all the problems, to just, whoa, let's take another look. Let's back off a minute, or back off for a week or a month or whatever. But to step away, to not make the choice, to back away. U.S. backs off. Amid choice. Should we back Al-Qaeda or shall we back the Assad regime? Can't decide. Wait a minute. We're going to think about it some more. We'll be back. We'll come back later. Right now, we're backing off. Backing away. U.S. backs off from choice.
From choice of picking.
Pick. Not Peking. Peking, Beijing. Peking, Beijing. No. Pick. Pick. Like tick, tick, pick, pick, tick, pick, wick. Picking. Picking. To pick. What's he doing? He's picking up apples. Or whatever. Pick. Should I pick A or should I pick B? Ooh, I think I'll pick A. Boom. Pick. To pick up.
Should. To chew.
To chew. Not exactly, well, not to chew. To pick is to, I am picking up the eraser from the desk. I am picking a student to go with me to the temple. Mr. Ray, I'm picking someone. Pick, to choose, or to pick up. I am picking up the bottle from the desk. Pick, pick, pick. Pick.
Là xin chào em.
Lược nha.
To pick.
Nhịp kẹp vào đây nhé.
What? Huh?
I told him.
Yeah.
Thai. In Thai.
In Thai, this is the English class. In Thai? In
I
Thai?
told him in Thai.
Tell him in English. Isn't that what it's all about? Is this a Thai class or is it an English class? I can't remember. I forgot. This is an English class, by the way.
Because he don't know this word.
Well, then you should have helped
So
him.
I helped
Then
him.
you help them in English. To pick, to select,
Yeah, select.
to make a choice in a sense.
Yeah.
Should I pick Al-Qaeda or should I pick Assad? Pick, select, make the choice. The choice. I'll pick Assad. Oh, wait a minute, maybe I should pick Al-Qaeda. They're terrorists. Maybe they'd be better. Really? Well, But what the United States said was, we're not making a choice right now, we're backing off. Al-Qaeda, Assad, backing off. Any other questions? World leaders mull strife. Summit offers united chance to take united action. Everybody understand what the headlines were about this problem? Stance, position, summit, the top group. Instead of saying the leaders of the United Nations, they just say the summit. Whoa. As I say, headlines try to make everything as short as possible so they can fit on the page. Summit offers, a summit, it's a meeting of all the nations in the world of the United Nations in New York City starting today. Well, to write that out would take half a page. So they just say summit. In other words, everybody at the top is meeting. That's it. That's a chance to take united action. Any questions?
No.
Al-Qaeda. 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 Very well-known group. Al-Qaeda.
It's Al-Qaeda. It's rebel.
It's what?
Rebel.
Label?
Rebel? Rebel.
A label.
It's
A label.
Rebel.
Oh, rebel. See, that's the difference between the L sound and the R sound. I'm thinking, Al-Qaeda, is that a label? Is that a name that's been applied to an organization? A label?
Label.
No, I now understand what you're saying because you said it 5 times. Rebel. A rebel. A rebel. That's the whole difference. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's label is a label on the bottom. The label. You know, Heinz ketchup. The label. Heinz. That's a label. The rebel is the person who is attacking the government. Yes. Right. They are part of the rebel force. Rebel. Not label. In a sense, see, that's why I was, in a sense, you can say that Al-Qaeda is a label. It's a name. Heinz ketchup. It's a label. It's a name. Campbell's soup. The label says Campbell's soup. In this case, Al-Qaeda is a label for a terrorist organization. What does Al-Qaeda mean in English?
Al-Qaeda is a
Well, it's a terrorist, but what does the word mean? Why is the label Al-Qaeda? It means simply the base. The base. Osama bin Laden, killed in the attack in Pakistan a couple of years ago, I guess now. But he organized it years and years ago in the late 1900s, and it just refers as the base. In other words, the center of the organization, the base, Al-Qaeda. And that has become, in effect, the label for the terrorist organization, who are allied with the rebels in Syria, fighting against Assad. The question is, should the United States back the terrorists, the organization responsible for 9/11, attack on the World Trade Center in New York, or should they back Assad? Whoa. Tough call. Backs off. Steps away. Doesn't want to get involved in that decision. Any other questions about that? Al-Qaeda, the organization? Label rebel, rebel, label. Can you hear the difference? Rebel, label. The R comes from here. Rebel. Label is right up here. Whoa. Whoa.
and rebel แปลว่าใครต้องการ
แล้วก็ที่พี่พูดแบบว่า
Any other questions?
นี่รูปฉลามเนี่ย
Yeah, in order to discuss these things, this is why the pronunciation is so important.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could make a case that label is, Al-Qaeda is a label. And that's what I thought that she meant. The name is the label.
Yeah.
But no, it was rebel.
Teacher, how about someone pronounce this word Al-Qaeda? I heard someone pronounce Al-Qaeda. Same.
Al-Qaeda.
Someone pronounce this word Al-Qaeda.
You mean Al-Qaeda?
Yeah. Same.
In Thai newspaper.
Well, I don't know what the Thai newspaper said, but if you're going to have a discussion, and I'm not talking about Spanish, I'm not talking about French, I'm not talking about Thai, I'm not talking about German, I'm not talking about Swahili, I'm talking about English.
Yeah.
And if you're going to have a discussion in English about this particular terrorist group,
Al-Qaeda.
Al-Qaeda,
Yeah.
Al-Qaeda, that could be another language in some way to pronounce it.
Another language.
Could be. I don't know. But if you're going to speak English to another person in English who speaks English about this organization, the pronunciation would be Al-Qaeda.
Al-Qaeda
Right. Exactly.
Al-Qaeda
Right. If you ever want to know how to pronounce Al-Qaeda, speak with her. She hasn't. Perfect. But that you could be right. I mean, there could be another language.
Some Thai newspaper pronounce this word.
Like that.
Better people pronounce Al-Qaeda. But
Could be.
Some people in Thai.
It could be, and maybe that's the way it's pronounced in Thai. But, as I say, if you're having a conversation in English with another English-speaking person, let's say, obviously, you would pronounce it Al-Qaeda. Al-Qaeda. And that is the terrorist organization responsible for 9/11. They are allied at the moment with the rebels in Syria. And if you're familiar with the news today in the newspaper about the terrorist attack in Kenya, where they killed, I think, 30 people, or maybe 60, and wounded many more, it's still ongoing. The group that's there is affiliated, connected with the Al-Qaeda organization. So they have many connections in the terrorist operations around the world.
Yeah.
So it's not just here, it's not everywhere, but a lot of places, let's put it that way. Any other questions? All right. Al-Qaeda.
Okay.
Al-Qaeda
มัวซัวเขียนมัวซัวแปลอันกาลิดอร์
Okay. There's some long words in here, but if you just take them as you see them and separate them into parts, you'll see that they're not that difficult to pronounce, though there are long words in here. For Syria's divided and beleaguered rebels, the creeping realization that there will not be a decisive Western military intervention on their behalf is a huge psychological blow. Psychological blow. Psychological blow. Psychological blow for Syria's divided and beleaguered rebels. The creeping realization that there will not be a decisive Western military intervention on their behalf. On their behalf is a huge psychological blow. Oh, no. Wow. Okay, go ahead. Try.
For Syria's divided and beleaguered rebels, the creeping realization that there will not be decisive
Right. Very good.
Western military intervention on their behalf is a huge physiological blow.
Okay. Psychological. Physiological. Yeah, you could have a physiological blow, which would be boom, oh. He hit me in the jaw, boom. Physical, bang, oh. Physical, body blow. But this was a psychological blow. That there will not be a